Hi, I'm Jeff.
Hi, I'm Hanny.
Welcome to this month's Annie's Mailbox lesson. Today, we'll be reading a letter written by a person named Ina. The title of Ina's letter is Saying No.
Okay, everyone. Saying no is not easy. Saying no can make people upset.
Right. Generally, people prefer hearing yes and not no, which makes sense. Yes is a positive answer, yay, whereas no is negative. That being said, you can't say yes to everyone all the time. That would be crazy.
Indeed. Sometimes you have to say no. Ina knows this. She knows when to say no and how to say no as well. She will be sharing her wisdom with us this month.
Correct. Here's the thing, though. Ina's English isn't perfect. That's why Hanny and I will stop her now and again to correct the mistakes in her letter to Annie. Ina's letter to Annie.
Right on, Jeff. Okay, everyone, it is now time to take a short break. When we come back, we'll start reading from Ina's letter.
Saying no. Dear Annie, in life, you need to say no to people many times. Some people think saying no is very easy, but it actually takes knowledge. You have to know how you can say no to others. When someone does something that you don't like, you should say no very firmly. When someone gives you food you don't like, you should be polite and say no. If you use the right way to say no, then you and the other person won't embarrass each other. Maybe they will say you are a good person. Sincerely, Ina.
Explanation 1.
Welcome back. Let's get started.
Okay, Ina's letter begins by saying, Dear Annie, in life, you need to say no for people many times. Say no for people?
Ina, good try. Sadly, though, you've already committed your first error of the day. Ina, this is something you're going to have to remember. You say something or you say something to someone. You can speak for someone, but that's not the case here. Yes, in your sentence, the word for needs to be replaced with the word to. Note, you make the same mistake later on in your letter. I will point this out when we get there. For example, I said goodbye to him and then sent him on his way.
好，安娜这封信是关于拒绝的艺术。她说 In life, you need to say no for people many times. 生活中你时常得向人家说不。那这个句子里面的介系词 for 用错了。当我们要表达对某人说某事，要说 say something to somebody， 而不是 say something for somebody。这个介系词要用 to。例如 She turned around and said goodbye to us. 她转身跟我们说再见。好，那回到 Ina 的句子，她只要把介系词 for 改成 to 就正确了。So the correct sentence should read:
In life, you need to say no to people many times.
There you have it. At some point or another in your life, you are going to have to say no. There's no avoiding this fact.
And here's the thing, okay? Saying no and saying no well, it's harder than it looks. Yes, some people think saying no is very easy, but it actually takes knowledge.
Indeed. Over the course of your lives, you will all say no many, many times. Well, this doesn't mean though that saying no gets easier. You have to be careful. You have to know how can you say no for others.
Say what? It looks as though it's time to make the second correction of the day. Now this is kind of a tricky correction. If you happen to be asking a direct question with the word how, or the words what, where, when, so on and so forth, for that matter, if you happen to be asking a direct question, as in, how can you say no to others? How can you say no to others? The subject you would come after your helper verb can. But that's not the case here, is it? You're not asking a direct question, are you? Here, you need to follow the following pattern. It would be how plus the subject plus the helper verb plus the verb. You should have written, you have to know how you can say no to others. Also, notice how I have again, or how you're going to again have to replace the word for with the word to. Okay, because yes, you say something to someone. You say no to someone. For example, Shelby knows what she could have done. She regrets not having done more.
艾娜说，有些人认为拒绝他人很容易，但那其实是一门学问。好，读到信件的下一句，他说 You have to know how can you say no for others. 你必须要知道如何拒绝他人。好，先来看这个句子最后的 say no for others. 记得这边一样要把 for 改成 to， 要说 say no to others 才对。那接着我们来学 WH 疑问词引导名词子句的用法。WH 疑问词像是 how、what、where、when 等等，它可以引导子句来当名词子句，也就是让这个子句呢扮演名词的角色，那它就可以当主词、受词或是补语来用。那要特别注意的是 WH 引导的这个名词子句里面呢，我们不需要把动词或是助动词移到主词前面形成倒装，因为我们不是在问问题，所以它的句型结构应该写作WH 疑问词加主词加动词，或者是 WH 疑问词加主词加助动词加动词。举例来说 I don't know when they will come back. 我不知道他们什么时候会回来。那这个句子并不是要问说他们什么时候要回来，所以这个 when 子句你不能写 when will they come back，这样就变问问题咯，而是要写成 when they will come back。 这个 will 是摆在主词的后面，它不用移到前面形成倒装。好，回到 Ina 的句子，疑问词 how 是用来引导名词子句，当作动词 no 的受词，所以这个助动词 can 不能摆在主词 you 的前面，而是要说 how you can， 而不是 how can you。 So the correct sentence should read
You have to know how you can say no to others.
Ina has made a good point here. You have to know how to say no, and apparently, Ina is pretty good at saying no. First, she says, when someone does something that you don't like, you should say no very firm. Wait a minute. That's not right.
Yeah. We've got some work to do right now. Let's take a look at this sentence's first clause. When someone does something that you don't like. Let's take a look at it and make the third correction of the day. Now this correction is not so bad. The third person singular pronoun someone needs to be matched with a third person singular verb, as in someone does, not someone do. This is an easy correction to make, so go ahead and make it. For example, if someone leaves the cake out in the rain, the party will be ruined.
好，我们读到信件的下一句 When someone does something that you don't like, you should say no very firm. 当有人做出你不喜欢的事，你应该非常坚定地说不。好，这个句子出现两个错误，我们先来更正第一个。 Someone 是代名词，表示某人或是有人，那它是单数主词，后面要搭配第三人称单数动词。例如 Someone has to take out the garbage， 必须要有人去丢垃圾。好，那顺便补充一下，像 anyone 任何人， everyone 每个人， no one 没有人等等，这些也都是代名词，也都是用来当单数主词，后面要搭配第三人称单数动词。好，回到 Ina 的句子 ，someone 后面的动词就不能用 do 咯，要改成第三人称单数动词 does 才正确。Okay, now we still need to make a correction in the second clause of that sentence.
Let's take a look at this clause right now. When someone does something that you don't like. When someone does something that you don't like, and here's the second clause, you should say no very firm. You should say no very firm. That's not right. So, Ina, again, we have a pretty easy correction to make. The word firm is out of place in your sentence. Why? Because the word firm is an adjective. What you need here instead is an adverb. You want to modify your verb, so use an adverb, okay? Use your adverb to modify the verb phrase. I should say it's a verb phrase, and the phrase is say no. Let's put everything together. Say, you should say no firmly, or say no very firmly. Yes, firmly is the adverb you're looking for. Firm's the adjective, firmly is the adverb. For example, the ground is firm, so we'll have to plow vigorously.
Ina 刚刚那个句子的后半句还有一个错误，她说 You should say no very firm. 你应该非常坚定的说不。好，那 firm 是形容词，形容坚定的、坚决的。我们在字尾加上 ly 就会变成副词 firmly， 表示坚定地、坚决地。那 Ina 应该是要表达说不这个动作必须是坚定地，这时候应该用副词去修饰那个动作，而不是用形容词来修饰。例如 I firmly believe that honesty is the best policy. 我坚信诚实为上策。好，例句里面的 firmly 就是用来修饰动词 believe 来表达坚决相信。那回到 Ina 的句子，她只要把形容词 firm 改成副词 firmly 就正确了。So Ina's sentence should read,
When someone does something that you don't like, you should say no very firmly.
Okay, sometimes you have to say no firmly. That doesn't mean you have to be rude when saying no, though.
Right. Sometimes a polite refusal is the way to go. Like, when someone gives you food you don't like, you should be polite and say no. Here another correction is in order. Remember, you need to conjugate the verb give to match up with your subject. Go with gives instead of give. Say, when someone gives you food you don't like, you should be polite and say no.
好，这边再提醒一下，我们刚刚有学到 someone 是代名词，它当主词的时候呢，必须视为单数，所以这边的 someone give 要改成 someone gives 才正确。Okay, everyone, with that, it is time to take a break.
Yes, it is. But don't go away. We'll be back soon.
Explanation 2. Welcome back, everyone. We're almost done with Ina's letter. We'll be done once we've read Ina's final paragraph.
Right. The final paragraph begins by saying, if you use the right way to say no, then you and the other person won't embarrass. What? Anyways, that was fast. It looks like it's already time to make the final correction of the day. Ina, you can't end a sentence like that. Seriously. The verb embarrass is transitive, meaning that it must take an object in this situation, okay? So something must follow this verb. Here, I think you're trying to say that if we say no correctly, that we won't embarrass other people or each other, etc. If so, just say that. Say, if you use the right way to say no, then you and the other person won't embarrass each other. For example, I feel so embarrassed. You embarrassed me in front of the whole school.
好，安娜下一句提到 If you use the right way to say no, then you and the other person won't embarrass. 如果能用适当的方式拒绝别人，那么你跟对方就不会让彼此尴尬了。好，这边要介绍的是 embarrass 的用法。Embarrass 是及物动词，表示使尴尬、使困窘。那它后面要记得接受词，像是 Jake's bad joke embarrassed his friend。Jake 那个烂笑话让他朋友很尴尬。好，顺便补充一下 ，embarrassed 的过去分词 embarrassed 可以当形容词来形容感到尴尬的。我们可以说 somebody is embarrassed， 或是 somebody feels embarrassed， 或是 somebody gets embarrassed 来表达某人是感到尴尬的。回头来看 Ina 的句子。它应该要在 embarrass 后面接上受词，把句子改成 You and the other person won't embarrass each other。那其实也可以改写成 You and the other person won't be embarrassed， 或者是 feel embarrassed， 或者是 get embarrassed。好，这些方式都可以。So the correct sentence should read
If you use the right way to say no, then you and the other person won't embarrass each other.Okay,
everyone. All of that remains is the final sentence of Ina's letter. Now let's give it a read.
It says that if you say no correctly, people will like you. Maybe they'll even say that you are a good person.
There you go. Okay, everyone. That does it for this month's Annie's Mailbox lesson. Don't go away, though. We'll be back with another episode next month.
See you then.
Saying no. Dear Annie, in life, you need to say no to people many times. Some people think saying no is very easy, but it actually takes knowledge. You have to know how you can say no to others. When someone does something that you don't like, you should say no very firmly. When someone gives you food you don't like, you should be polite and say no. If you use the right way to say no, then you and the other person won't embarrass each other. Maybe they will say you are a good person. Sincerely, Ina.
表达尴尬的词汇。
欢迎收看
就爱讲英文
我是 Steven，
我是 Kate。
我是一个非常喜欢今天的主题的人，因为我超爱制造很尴尬的情况。我很喜欢就是讲一个东西，然后明明知道这个话题很敏感，然后讲完之后就说，哎，你不是前天才跟另外一个男孩出去吃东西吗？然后就默默离开那个场地，让那个尴尬的情况凝固在空中。我觉得
令空气凝结，
太棒了，太好玩了。好啊，讲到这个，
学这个字，
我要讲到这个，就是因为今天我们要分辨就是什么 embarrassing 跟 awkward 的分别。因为我发现很多人可能他发生一个很尴尬的事情，他会说哦 I'm so embarrassing， 哇，这个就讲错了。
我知道，这是文法的问题。
为什么呢？好，我们现在解释。第一个，我们今天要教的是 embarrassed。OK， 这个平常是讲一个人的感觉，就是我今天很丢脸，是 I'm embarrassed。
所以会说 somebody be embarrassed。
somebody is embarrassed。那 embarrassing 呢是一个情况。OK， 比如说 This is embarrassing， 哦，这个真的令人觉得很丢脸。
所以主词是一个人或是事，不是，是一个事情或是状况。
因为如果你说 I am embarrassing 呢，是意思是说我会令人家觉得他们很尴尬。
哦，
对
，OK，
对，所以不要说 I'm embarrassing， 是 I'm embarrassed。 除非你真的是一个很喜欢让人家觉得很丢脸的事情，你常常这样做，那你可以说 I'm embarrassing，
就是一个令人尴尬的失误。就像你刚刚说你自己是啊，
是，
所以 you are embarrassing。
是，那其实下一个字呢是 awkward。好，这个字什么时候用呢？其实中文 embarrassing 跟 awkward， 我们常常会说尴尬这个字，所以会造成很多就是讲中文的朋友会觉得这个两个字到底怎么分辨呢？那现在就要记得 embarrassing 这个两个字跟丢脸那种尴尬有关。awkward 呢就是纯粹尴尬，
就是纯粹这个情况很久。
就是说，然后你很适合，就是真的发生一个很尴尬的事情的时候，你在旁边就 awkward， 对，这个就是会让这个情况我保证更尴尬，然后让所有的人不知道到底要做什么事情。我的最爱。
但是我觉得解决尴尬的时候说这个字也 OK， 就是大家空气凝结了嘛，你就说一句 awkward 这样子
也可以。如果大家就是还蛮幽默，大家会笑，但是其实应该会让大家更尴尬。好的，所以就一定要记得 embarrassed 是关于自己觉得我的感觉是好丢脸哦 ，I'm so embarrassed. He is so embarrassed. Embarrassing 是一个情况很令人丢脸。This is so embarrassing.
This is so embarrassing.
Awkward 就是纯粹尴尬
状况。
对，比如说现在我不知道要怎么把这个 video ending 的话，我这有点 awkward。
我可以说 I feel awkward 吗？
可以啊，
可以。
对啊，那怎么办？很 awkward。
好啦，那大家不要再尴尬了，我们就赶快进入 live action 吧。
I've worn my shirt inside out the whole morning without realizing it. I feel so awkward.
That was really embarrassing.
Why do I always feel embarrassed when speaking in public?
Maybe you just need more practice.
第一 embarrassed. 第二 embarrassing. 第三 awkward。
大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们1分钟的单元。在这1分钟的时间里面，我们要来看一些句子，看看这些句子出了哪些问题，然后把错误订正过来。同学们，您都准备好没？1分钟计时开始。第一句叫做 In life, you need to say no for people many times. 生活中你时常得向人家说不。对某人说某事，你不能说 say something for somebody， 要说 say something to somebody。所以要说 say no to people。好，第二句是 You have to know how can you say no for others。你必须要知道如何拒绝他人。好，一样 say no for others 要改成 say no to others。好，另外 how can you blah 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 是一个问句，是你怎么能等人怎么样呢？可是啊，我们在这个句子里面。how 这个它是用来引导一个子句来当名词，所以你的 can 不用移到主词前面，不是要问问题，不用移到 you 前面，要改成 how you can say no to others。然后这个名词子句你就可以拿来当受词用，当 no 的受词。第三句叫 When someone do something that you don't like, you should say no very firm。当有人做出你不喜欢的事情，你应该非常坚定的说不。好，这句有2个错，第一个是 someone 是代名词，把它当主词的时候，它是个单数主词，所以要搭配单数动词 does。第二个错误叫做坚定的说不，你是说这个动作很坚定，所以你要副词 firmly 来修饰动作，不是用形容词 firm。第4句，好，我可以慢慢来了。自我放弃。好 ，If you use the right way to say no, then you and the other person won't embarrass。如果你能用适当的方式拒绝别人，那么你和对方都不会让彼此尴尬。Embarrass 是表示使尴尬、使困窘，它后面要一个受词，所以你要 embarrass each other， 表达让彼此尴尬。虽然我早就知道这次不会成功，可是我们还是很努力的订正5个错误了。同学们要记得多多复习哦。我要去买润喉糖了，我们下次见，拜拜。